In this video, I'm working on installing my aftermarket seat belts in my 66 F100 3-point lap belt. Got the belt harness, or the whatever they call that. This harness, the recoiler, whatever it's called, and the brackets. Going to be installed up here with a bolt, and down there with the retractor and the thing on the side that that goes by your hip. So you know how seat belts work. So that's what we're doing in this video. So stick around. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do all the things. Smash all the buttons. And let's get busy. You can see a small little dot right there. That's basically where my upper mount will be for the pivot, which will be, where is it? This part, where this part hangs down with the bolt through it. So what I'm going to do, my plan anyway, if it doesn't get changed, so I get here where I can show you. I'm going to cut out these silver lines you can barely see because my marker's shot. I'm going to cut out in here to give me access to make a panel. I don't like that side. To make a panel, let's see. To make a panel that I'll put behind here, I'm going to weld it to the doorpost. Come on. I'm going to weld it to the doorpost on this side. And I'm going to keep this flange here and weld it into right here. Now I realize this is just probably 19 gauge or 20 gauge, whatever. The doorpost will help hold it a lot. If I ever get hit hard, it's going to pull here, and it'll pull here. Hopefully that will never happen, but if it does, it's better safe than sorry. So I'll weld it. I'll plug weld it into this seam, and of course plug weld it into the pillar we're here. B-pillar. So what I'm doing now, I'm just getting ready. Thank you. So what I'm doing now, I'm just getting ready to cut that out. I was going to make a pattern to make my backer piece with. I got one of these profile gauges, although it's not big enough. It's not big enough to make that deep pattern because it comes out into here. And I realized when I cut this piece off, unless it warps terribly, that'll be a pattern right there. And I'm going to make it out of 14 gauge. And here's that pipe I mentioned earlier. The piece of pipe I've had for years. I think it's 8-inch pipe. Not that it really matters. Anyway, I'm going to use this like a pipe anvil. Just lay it over it and bend it. And I think between this pipe and if I had to get out that 4-inch pipe I used on another project, I should be able to bend it around in there and have it fit pretty good, I hope. If not, we'll back up and punt and try do whatever we have to do. But anyway, that's what I'm about to do now, is get ready to. I got to grind down a couple spot welds slash plug welds. I got to drill out with a spot weld cutter. So I'm getting ready to do that, grind them down, and then I'll be cutting out this piece right here. And then I guess we'll be on to more fabrication. So anyway, I'll get the camera set up and show some of that. We're going to go to plan B, which is go ahead and cut the panel out. And prepare for massive sparks inside this cab. Lovely. But that's where gloves and guardrails and shoes and shirts and all that mess is for. I'm still going to get showered with sparks, but oh well. It air what it air. I lost my center mark here, so I got to redo it, which I figured was going to happen. Alright. Let me get my drill and my bit and my die grinder. I've shown the spot weld cutter before. What I do, I drill a little 1/8" pilot to hold the point of the spot weld cutter. They say you can use this as a drill bit. This actually is a drill bit on the end of this one. But I just prefer to do it this way because I've been doing it this way for forever, for years. The snap-on spot weld cutter I used to use, golly, a long time ago now. It just had a pilot. It didn't have a drill bit, so it would walk pretty easily. So I got in the habit many years ago of just drilling a 1/8" pilot, and it works. Works well. When you find something that works, you generally stick with it. Finally, you thing, you. Okay. So there we go. We got it cut out. So what I'll do now is use this piece as a pattern. Let's see what we can do to make a piece to fit back in there. What I'm planning on doing is just sliding it right down, overlapping it, of course. Well, I don't even have to overlap it. I can bring it, I can end it right along in here somewhere. Overlap across the top maybe, if I wanted to. And then definitely going to overlap. I'm going to weld it inside, I put it inside the door frame here and right in here. Okay. That's the start. Okay, we'll move on to the next step, which I guess is trying to see about my pattern. I moved my grinder and stuff, so I have to grind the spot welds down. I'll get a dolly out and all that good stuff. And this is another case while this thing's apart. I'm going to shoot OSPO back up in here and prime. So that'll be coming later. Alright, let's get out of here for now at least. Alright, I'm about to try and shape the new piece for my seat belt that's going to go in behind. You know, this is the cab corner. You're looking at the face of it. I got a piece of 14 here. I got out of my scrap pile that I had laying around. I already sanded the front side, which will be the good side because it's easier to sand it now. I mentioned this piece of pipe I've had forever. So it fits the radius just about right of this panel. So I'm going to use it as a form. Basically, I marked a line on the back side as my reference, so when I bend it, gave myself about 1 inch overhang and, you know, bend radius right along in there somewhere. Looking at it now, that looks a little bit off. So I may scoot over just a little bit, but it's pretty darn close. I'm not going to be able to bend it by hand. That's 14, like I said. I'm going to have to use a hammer. So, let me get a hammer and some ear protection. This is going to be loud, and a glove because it's going to vibrate in my hand. And we'll see what we can do here. I'm pretty sure I can make it work. How easily it's going to be to make it work is the question. I'm going to move over about 1 inch from where I'm at. Yeah, somewhere right along in here. Let me mark that so I'll know. Keep a reference mark so I know kind of where to go back to. Something like that. And it says not going to be exact, nor does it have to be. It's just got to fit up in there with a decent turn. So it'll go behind that panel. Alright, I don't want to have to weld this thing on here. That's the one thing I don't want to do. So I'm hoping I can do it by hand. Let's just see what happens. It's not wanting to go, I can tell you that. It's going, but it ain't easy. This end needs to be tied down, but I don't want to do that, so yeah. I just keep hitting on it and see. What I'm going to be able to do here. I don't believe I can clamp it. No, probably not. I just got to keep hitting it. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. My bad. Couldn't help it. Let's see. I guess the only thing to do is just keep hitting it. I could heat it, but I don't really want to do that either. Let me just try to keep doing this. Tell you what, it's hard to get into my hand too. Let me hold it with these panel vice grips. That'll get it out of my hand. Maybe I can hold it a little bit better, because I'm not having to hold it with my flesh of my hand. Oh, that's better yet. There we go. Still got ways to go. That's the better way to hit it. Still not quite there, but it's better. That is getting there. See if I can do a little bit like this. Let me get my rounded hammer. This is my hammer with the rounded head, so it'll fit the fit the contour correctly. Thank you. See what I'm doing? I'm pulling down and then hitting the corner. Curl that piece on the round. It's got to fit behind, and as you can see, actually I'm on the wrong side. No, I'm not. That's correct. It's got to fit behind, and as you can see, we're almost there. As far as fitting behind it, it does fit behind it. I want to make it tighter up in this side right here, back in here. So I'll put it down and get some more. Without hitting my hand, would be nice. Turn these clamps around because I'm just about to hit my fingers. That won't feel good. I hate for y'all to see that. And y'all will see me curse then for sure. My best behavior about not cursing. Those that know me personally know what I'm speaking of. Whew. Yeah. Some of y'all are laughing at that. I'll give you permission. You gotta bend it some more than new. If this was on the outside of the car, a big fail. Thankfully it's not. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting in there. Now we're cooking with gas or butter or grease or whatever the proper saying is. Crisco. All right. Okay, here's what I got. There's my cap corner, obviously. That looks pretty darn good. Got a little gap right here on this side. Maybe I'll take a little bit of that out. Now, here comes Mr. Perfectionist again. You gotta learn when to quit. But I'm pretty sure I can do a little bit better. Sorry. That was crude. My bad. Alright. Well, I did it too much. Yeah, I did. Flatten it back out. Don't think it's been that easy. Okay, I think we got it. Need to roll it over a little bit. I unrolled part of it by doing that. Actually, that fits pretty darn good. A little bit. Well, can't do it like I want to right there. I actually think I still got rolled too much out here. That's better. Alright, so keep in mind this has got to go behind. So I think that's going to work. Not bad. I would call that some caveman body work, but there's been a lot of panels built over a lot of pieces of pipe through the years by people that are a lot more experienced than me. So, yeah. Alright, now let's see if we can get in the cab and get it to fit. Can you see? Yes. Add some more light to the scene here. Alright, ooh, that was right in my eyes. Alright. Obviously, the piece I cut out go right back in there. So, we definitely got some trimming to do here. As far as it goes, I think right down here. Out here. Straighten out. I can't see that. The pretty good. Yeah, that's so, just how long you cut here. I think you're right. You hopefully about here, so I'll take a measurement for actually. I'll put it up in there. I think we cut this. Thank you. What's it up? On here. Here's the bills up. I got that cut. That fits pretty good right along in there. So that should lay right down in there, I think. I hope. So I get the front cut off. Where's the line mark here? I'm just line up by 4 inches. I think it's not front. It's pretty good. I appreciate it a little bit. If it's right there, it's something behind. I was going to make it. I'll draw it down. Can't help myself. I'll line it back a little bit. I can't remember what I'm doing. It's a bit curvy. I'll do it tight. In there. I'll get it around it. I know it. I'll turn that curve into it. Here. Right there. Something like that. I'll do that too. Alright, let's see if I'm even going to be able to fit it down in here. I'll put it right there. Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work. I've got that much and that much surface to weld to, flange, so that's plenty. So that will work. Stay there. Alright, so that's nice to see. Use these two magnets to hold it in here. Yeah, that'll work good. So my bolt, I left my tape outside. Son of a gun. The top's about right here, and the bottom is just in here. I don't think the height really matters in there anywhere, as long as it's not down at the bottom of with the bolts at the very top of the plate. I guess in theory it should be in the middle. But if we have a, you know what, force is going to pull down and forward. So my 38. My 38 mark is up here right now. I left this up here on purpose because I didn't want to cut that out. Now, looking at it, that's where I measured. If I drop it down 2 inches, I mean, it probably would work, but you want it higher than your shoulder, which is what that measurement is. I can double check on the other side. I got the seat in here. But I know, I pretty much know 38's where I want it. So that just means I could raise that up right there. It still fits just fine. Wouldn't be a thing wrong with it. The fit is a little different up high like that. Not bad, it's just different. .38 puts me right there. I mean, the fit's still pretty good. I guess the thing to do is fit the other panel in there. But if the other panel don't fit, then where's the other panel? Here it is. Let's see if that other panel even fits up there. That's probably the thing I need to be checking. Yeah, that fits. Well, that's nice. I halfway thought it wasn't going to fit. So right there would work. Fits pretty good on both sides. I got plenty of flange there. I got plenty of flange there. Okay. That puts my actual 38 mark about right there. Alright, so that's going to fit. So, things I have to do before I weld it, I got to weld the nut on. I want to prime the back side of this, and I want to prime in there too. Behind the cab, and while I'm here I can drill for my spot welds, and I'm going to spot weld this thing pretty heavy. Even though who knows if it's really necessary, but I'm going to do it anyway. I mean, looking at what this is, if I do get in one of those things, I certainly want it to hold. Alright, there's the plate. So as far as fabricating goes, I got to drill these holes in these holes. I want to put OSPO in here. I gotta weld that nut. All that stuff. I want to do all that stuff off camera. You've seen me grind and weld the nut. So, and that's nothing. I'm not doing anything special here. Just grinding and welding, and you know, maybe I'll film throwing some primer on this thing, but I doubt I'm gonna do that. I gotta prime quite a few things at once. I gotta make the other side for this, so I won't film that either. And then I'll be priming both sides of this. Be priming behind my speaker patch that I made. I'm gonna prime up in behind the dash. So it's gonna be a few days before we get back on this project again. I may end this video right here. I don't know how long it's gotten. So if this is the end, be sure and come back for the next part whenever I get that done and posted. So as usual, thanks for being here. Thanks for looking in. Thanks for hitting the subscribe button. Do all the things, yada yada yada. I want to thank y'all for being here. You know, I'm actually starting to get a few views now, which I had no idea in the beginning if anybody would watch this stuff. So thank you to those of you that have subscribed. Thank you. You know, share it with your friends and your enemies and your moms and dads, your relatives, cousins, all that good stuff. You car guys and gals, you know, share this stuff around if you think what I'm doing is worth people to see. So anyway, for now, thanks for being here. Now I will catch you on the flip side. Y'all come back now, you hear?